I was cleaning my home today and I found this old throwback jersey that brought this bizarre story back into my memory lane. The story goes something like this. Many years ago, I was at the beach with my close friend called Fat Boy. Fat Boy and I had a lot in common. We were both the same age, we grew up in the same area, and both our parents came from the same African country. So we had a failed state bond. The best way I could describe Fat Boy was he wasn't the smartest tool in the shed, but he had a lot of heart. He wasn't running from nothing. I mean it. The only thing Fat Boy ever ran from was a third grade education. Guns, knives, bats, none of that scared him. But if he sees subtraction, long division, semicolons, oh yeah, he's out of there. He's doing the dash. He's gone. Long story short, we're at the beach. I had my throwback jersey on, and I was getting a lot of attention. Unfortunately for me, it was the wrong kind of attention because some neighborhood ruffians spotted the jersey and they started walking my way. There was nine of them in total, and their group leader was this short guy who looked like a hamburger bun with a beard attached to it. Ugh, yeah, he looked that. Yeah, he looked. I don't even know how he was breathing, to be honest with you. So this guy and his entourage stops in front of me and goes, "That's a sick jersey." I said, "Thanks." He goes, "No, thank you, because you're gonna give it to me." I said, "Is that right? Well, come and try to take it then." FYI, I'm not a tough guy, but I sure as heck ain't gonna let nobody take their social economic frustrations out on me, you know? Getting back to the story, as soon as I resisted, his whole crew just surrounds us. All nine of them just surround all of us. The guy then points to his backpack and says, "I got it on me," which is street code for "I have a weapon on me." And then he says, "I have 30 seconds to take off the jersey and hand it to him, or else." I played it cool. I pretended like that didn't faze me. And then I casually turned to Fat Boy and start talking to him in our African language. I go, "Hey, do you have any ideas how we get out of this situation?" Fat Boy responds with, "Yeah, guy, you take three and I take three." I said that still leaves three unaccounted for. And then Fat Boy stress laughs and goes, "Whatever, guy, you know I'm bad at long division." Long division? What? I didn't even bother to correct him. I then told him our best bet is to bluff our way out of this by pretending we have a lot of people at the beach, hood people, safety in numbers. And he agreed. Mind you, we're still talking our African language at this point. So in English, I go, "Hey, where's Ladanian at?" Fat Boy responds with, "Oh, Ladanian's with the guys. They're going to be any second now." As soon as he said this, I spot a guy walking our way that was a friend of ours. Mind you, we didn't know this guy that well. He was some guy we casually hoop with. He was this little white kid from the suburbs. So I gave him the look that said, "Play along." That was the look. That was the look. And then I yelled out the most unemployable black names I could think of. I go, "Hey yo!" I don't even know why I said "hey yo." I'm not from New York. I said, "Get LaDainian Devontae, Latrell Mardavion, Latarius, and Keywan over here now." And I'll never forget the reaction this guy made. He paused, then made a confused, gated community face, and then said, "You mean Jason?" Jason was the mutual friend of ours. He was 20 feet behind him, uh, you know, blissfully blowing bubbles with a synthetic do-rag on. Jason was the least intimidating dude at that beach. He was unfit to fight. I would have picked a baby seal over this man. So at that point, our bluff was exposed. And that's when their leader goes, "Enough!" He then grabs his backpack and slowly unzips it. We saw a black object in his backpack, but we couldn't tell what it was. But before he could pull it out, two cops on horses appear out of nowhere. One of the cop yells, "What's going on here, fellas?" As soon as they heard that, everybody in his crew scatters in all directions. Just every left, right, center, up, down. It didn't matter. They were going everywhere. One of the guys running had inadvertently kicked the backpack that the guy was unzipping, and I swear to you, a black, flimsy dildo flops out, just like the laziest dingling ever in the history. And me and Fat Boy instantly look at each other and start dying. We're like, what? What is that? You know? And that's when it occurred to us this dude was trying to rob us with a concealed dildo. That's crazy. Not only were we bluffing, but he was bluffing too. It was like we're both playing high stakes poker at the beach. You know, we raised him with fake friends that we didn't have at the beach, an entourage crew, and he raised us with a sex object, with a plastic sex object. Didn't make any sense. Anyway, that's my story. You guys have a good one. Here's the jersey that caused all that commotion. As you can see, is a Texas Ranger jersey, throwback. At the time when it came out, it was $260 or $280, I believe.